I am Dr. Mrs. Juliet Okibai Hassanamwaneme, the convener of this program. I am the CEO and the founder of the Education Empire Foundation, and I am actually the convener of this Nigerian Education of Our Dream. The Nigerian Education of Our Dream actually is stemmed from the background of holistic education, which is a necessity of the hour. Why? Our youths, the youths we have these days, are of the view that education is a scam. And then will we actually agree that education is a scam? I came to the study, trying to study why such language becomes a norm. And then I came to understand that it is actually because they feel that they believe more in what we call the alternative education, while those of us that are before them and those even before us believe more in conventional education. And why entirely is the conflict? It is their generation. The generation before me, for example, the Gen X, while I belong to the millennials, and then the youths of these days belong to Gen Z. So you realize that because they believe more in alternative education, it is as if whatever the Gen X is teaching them or the millennials are teaching them is not making sense. And so if the entire educational system starts having a problem and a rumbling, it simply means that something has to be done. And what is that has to be done? Do we say we should go completely into alternative education? No. Should we say, okay, we abolish conventional education? No. Because the conventional education is well structured. It has a lot of advantages. The alternative education, yes, not structured, but believes more in child-centered, hands-on technology and the rest of them. So what then should be the solution? The solution simply will be bridging that gap. And that is why, in order to bridge that gap, I came up with this idea of the Nigerian Education of Our Dream. And the Nigerian Education of Our Dream, even in essence or in totality, looking at a holistic education, goes beyond just the method of delivery. It goes even into, in this conference, we tried looking at even the issue of security and strategic studies, its own implication in our education of today. We as well went ahead even to discuss the issue of mental wellness, because it is becoming obvious that the present generation goes easily into depression, have suicidal tendency, and the rest of them, even the issue of resilience is not there. So it then means that mental health has to be another part that we need to look deeply into in the new education, the Nigerian Education of Our Dream. And not only that, do you know that it will surprise you, it will be a shocker to you that our youths do not even understand road usage and safety. Are you shocked to hear that most of our youths only find that they have fallen into use of drugs, substance abuse, and the rest of them? That is because there is no proper training, no proper understanding of the fact that there is drugs and there are substances. They just maybe due to peer pressure, they start realizing that they are already into drugs. So many things was discussed. Is it even the issue of media literacy? When these days everybody just go ahead and then they start posting anything, reposting anything, and the rest of them, without understanding that whatever you post under social media, there is responsibility of it, there is consequences of whatever you post. So it is not issue of people just send messages to you, you start forwarding here and then you'll be seeing, when you see some messages forwarded many times, and what is the content of the message? Nonsense. So a lot of things. So to me, I believe this is a thing of necessity. We have come to make this as a movement, and then we want collaboration from as many as wishes Nigeria well. Nigeria is our country. Nobody is coming to fix the troubles we have in Nigeria for us. We have to fix it. It's our country. The solutions is in our hand. I think it is high time people should stop doing more of complaining here and there. Nigeria is not good, the Nigerian education is not sufficient, this one and that one. After all the complaint, what else? Are we all going to run away from our country? Who will fix it for us? If it is not well, or if it is that there are some deficiencies, it is a matter of looking into where were we, where are we now, and where do we hope to be, and strategize on getting to where we are supposed to be. That is the entire essence of this conference. And so it is my wish that every Nigerian will start lending a voice to come together in collaboration to discuss this Nigerian education of our dream. And that is why the post-conference programs that await us concerning this Nigerian education of our dream includes even what we call a village square discussion. That is a family. We have already opened today a platform that we call the Nigerian Education of Our Dream platform, for interactions, for questioning, for people to be able to come together and then think together the way forward. And not only that, we're going to be having trainings, a training and retraining session for people, so that those who are not aware of what we have done today, they can come and get more. All the materials that were delivered today as in form of paper, all those materials will be compiled into a compendium of the Nigerian education of our dream, using the title that is Reimagining the Educational System of this country. So a lot has been done, and then the ball is already set rolling. The boat is set. All we are calling for is let every other person come to be a participant, because the ball is set rolling already. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Ifedilichukwu Uzare Uchendu, a consultant neuropsychiatrist with Novacrest Hospital, Gwarimpa. That the program was quite fantastic, was beautiful, and I really gained a lot of things, you know, in about having the Nigerian education of our dream, and my own contribution to, or a message to our country Nigeria, that we have to start looking at our education, you know, holistically. There are a lot of gaps that we might need to fill. There's so much. The education is not just only in the classroom, but something that could start from the family, within the society, in every sphere of life, whereby we can have a new reorientation to have what we can call a national value that Nigerians in every strata of life can imbibe. So I appreciate, I'm privileged and honored to be a part of this program, and I want to associate myself with this laudable project, hoping that we all put our hands together to make this dream come true.
I am Professor Sunday Nesyododo, the General Manager, CEO, National Theatre in Gamo, Lagos. The program we have just witnessed is organized by the Educators Empire Foundation, and the focus today is how to achieve education of our dream in Nigeria. The conference looked into many areas of neglect that could help to remodel our educational drive, so that to have positive dimension for the growth of our society and for value placement of our young ones. Looking at the older generation, the new generation, what can we do to bridge the gap that can give us a direction that the old and the new can understand to move Nigeria forward.
I'm Dr. Mrs. Philippa Idogo. The program today is Reimagining the Education in Nigeria, trying to see how the education in Nigeria can be reinvented and be good for all citizens. And I'm quite impressed about what has happened today. And this is my line of thought. This is the issue that has been bothering my mind because of the fact that I've been in the education system and I've seen a lot of things that needs to be, rearranged. So I'm quite happy with what has happened today.
I'm Engineer Dr. Heladi Haruna, and I'm so excited being at this conference today. And I can tell for sure, looking at some of the things that's been discussed here, it's a great way for our country, and I'm excited towards what's even about to happen. I tell people that without learning there cannot be progress. When it's rare to have a situation where you have educators and stakeholders gathered in such a great place and to discuss the way forward. The truth is that the world has changed, but people have not much changed over the years. And having this opportunity, to be in such a gathering where we also discuss how we can leverage technology to be able to upscale, or rather to say that we can leverage this technology in our education. It's great and it's awesome.
My name is Mercy Amaka Moneme, and I actually enjoyed today's program because it gave a wider view about how we want education to be and the dream of how education should be, and it gave an insight of every aspect that is disturbing the education of Nigeria. And I actually did enjoy the program. The environment was actually very conducive, and my observation is next time I feel like more speakers should speak about education, and youths should be in attendance of these events because they're actually speaking to the youths, not the older persons in this country.
Good afternoon, my name is Engineer Michael Ibekpa Isek. This program today is focused on how we can have a paradigm shift in the educational sector. Basically the education we had earlier, that is before now, is more of focused on non-digital means. Now we are trying to, in the program, we are trying to see how they can now blend this together, bring in technology into the education, because most of our youths today, they call them the Gen Z, the younger generation, they are inclined to technology. So if you want to capture them, you have to use through that means to capture them. So the essence of this conference is actually how to capture these youths, and then how to impact this knowledge using or this education using this means.